Hello, my lovely candidates and teachers. I believe you are doing so well over there. It's a pleasure coming your way with another lesson or video. As you already know, on this channel, we prepare you for exams, and then we also let you know the strategies to adopt when taking up your lessons and all the things that you have to do, your studies as well, and come out with flying colors. We focus more on social studies topics. In this video, I'm preparing something very special for my candidate. If this is my first video you are watching, then I would like to tell you that there's more to come, and therefore, first thing first, I want you to scroll down and subscribe to my channel. You see the notification bell over there. Just touch the bell close to the subscription button, and then anytime a video is here or drops here, you get a notification so you can also watch. Share with people and like. Put your comments there if you have questions. Now, in this video, I'm bringing you 10 golden rules, or I would like to call them 10 golden strategies to adopt whatever you have to add to your preparation in order to come out with flying colors and pass your exam very well. It will apply to all other subjects, but my focus here will be on social studies. I will be bringing in more instances from that angle or that particular subject, so you get the understanding of what I've put together here clearer. As a candidate who is preparing to write your exam or sit for your exams, I believe that there are some preparations that you have to make. You make those preparations, I believe that you'll be able to write or sit and write your exams and pass well. So my rule number one is that solve a lot of past questions, and then do what we call strategic reading. Yes, a lot of people don't understand this. I'm going to explain that. Now you know past questions could include mock questions, exam questions. I remember in my school days, I wrote just one mock, and it was organized as a district mock. And even with that, we didn't fail. So if you are writing 6 mocks, 5 mocks, 3 mocks, 4 mocks, I expect you to come out with the best, because to whom much is given, much is expected, right? Now, if you have your mock papers, you have to look at the questions that keep coming, the repeated ones, and the ones that are new. Ask yourself, have I gone through these topics very well? These subtopics, what are the definitions here? What are the points here that I need to take note of? Go back to those books and then solve them. I always encourage students that when they get to the basic school, that is from JHS 1 to JHS 3, or from basic 7 to basic 9, I encourage them to get the past question the moment they enter the JHS, because it helps. When you start solving them, you become abreast or well-informed about all the questions and how they've been repeated over the years. Then when you get to Form 3, you do the final touches before you go and sit for your final exams. Now, when you look at what I call strategic reading, you have to know that there are some questions that will never come in your exams. There are some areas that they will not set questions on, because maybe you have to read them for Section A, that is the objective part. But the Section B part too, there are some major questions or areas that you have to look at. In one of my videos, I'll address these issues and we'll look at how to predict questions. And then, yes, I've already told you that don't rely on leaked questions. All right, so that is what you do. Do strategic learning. Understand that there are some things that are main or major or principal when it comes to social studies questions. So you have to go and then handle those areas. If you are not too clear with them, take some of these questions that are past questions and then look at those areas, those topics. Then go back, revise your notes from Form 1 and then to Form 3. I think you'll be able to make or get some information from there, and then you'll be able to keep your preparations intact. The next one has to do with what I call don't rely on leaked questions. Don't rely on leaked questions. It's a bracket, Apo, everybody knows that. Students like that when they meet some questions and then from all kinds of sources, and then they feel like this is what is coming. People even convince them enough that this is the area and you have to focus there. And a lot of students turn their attention to what they have found and then the questions that they've chanced on, and they want to rely totally rely on such questions. If you go and it doesn't come, you have yourself to blame. Don't rely on leaked questions. Leaked questions, well, If they are standard and likely examination questions, pick them and solve them. Add them to what you already know, but don't rely on them. Some students or candidates make the mistake. They drop whatever they've studied and then they go for these leaked questions that we all call APO, and then they have to spend the whole night or time on these questions, and that's very risky. That's very risky, and then you need to take responsible risk, or let me say sensible risk. Don't put yourself in that situation where you get to the exam hall and then you don't meet these questions. You have yourself to be blamed, and that's you now try to recall the things that you have learned and you struggle. Please don't rely on leaked questions. All right, so that is the second one. Don't make cheating arrangements. Yes, this is also one of the things that a lot of students do. They make cheating arrangements. So they arrange with a friend because they know, okay, this is my index number 0022 or 022, and then this is the person who sits next to me, or you are going to sit in front of me. So they try to arrange to cheat in the exam hall. Please, when you are caught, your paper may be cancelled, okay? The sanctions will be applied and you will not find it easy at all. Let's try as much as possible to have confidence in ourselves as candidates. So when we get to the exam hall, you are not relying on your friend. You are not getting your attention being swayed by any of these people around you. Whether you are meeting your own mates or strangers in the exam hall, please don't make any arrangements where you have to use symbols or signs or gestures to call for answers. And then some people are using it to indicate that this is answer A, this is B, this is C, this is a lot of students put those things in their mind and they solely rely on that. Now, in the case where they set the exam and they use a different strategy where your question is different, or the answers where they have placed them or the number is different from what your colleague has or the other candidate had, you might not get it right, because if you use that same sign and the person mentions answer B and it is answer C on your question paper, then it means that you are going to share the wrong answer. You have to watch all these things and don't get influenced by these sort of arrangements. Try as much as possible, read enough, be prepared, have confidence, and get to the exam hall and make sure you deal with that paper. All right. The next one has to do with having all your materials intact. Get your own materials. Yes, we know in some cases where you get to the exam hall, if you are using a pen or pencil, a rule or something else, some people would like to take it from their friends. Now, that has to be done in the proper manner. There is always an invigilator placed in every exam hall. The right thing to do is to raise your hand and draw the attention of the invigilator. I know some of your mock exams, they put teachers in your classrooms and they invigilate. At times, students call their other candidates or their friends and they don't even draw the attention of the invigilator. Please, if teachers are allowing you to do that, know that it is wrong. You don't call your friend when the invigilator is not aware of what you are trying to ask from a friend in the exam hall. You should always draw the attention of the invigilator if you need a pencil or a pen, because maybe sometime yours may be broken and then you need some or another one or a spare from either the invigilator or your colleague who is sitting by you. So always try as much as possible to draw the attention of the invigilator. But to save yourself from all these problems, get your materials. Make sure you have at least a spare pencil, a spare pen, okay? And then when you sit there, you know you are using your own item and you don't have to always raise your hand or try to distract other people. And you wouldn't want people to also distract you, especially when you are in that mood or you are in that speed of delivering your answers. All right. So that is one thing that all candidates should take note of. Then another instruction, one area you have to work, very importantly, let's adhere or let's obey or follow instructions. There are a set of instructions on the question paper. There are some instructions too that will be given by the invigilator when you enter the exam hall. As you are seated, pay attention, listen. activate all your sense organs. Be observant. Look at what is on the answer booklet. You'll be given the answer booklet first before the question paper. You still have some time to just try as much as possible. Feel comfortable in your desk or in your table, chair, or whatever. Then get your information, put them down there. Read the instructions on the answer booklet. If you have to write your name, put your name there. Don't miss this vital information. Provide your name, provide your signature, provide your dates, and then make sure you also provide your index number. There's a column, a space for center number or school number. Everything will be revealed to you there. So when you get there, make sure you do that. If you are given a scannable sheet for the objective test, make sure you shade the numbers that represent your right index numbers. Shade all of them, and then go ahead and then also shade the school number or the center number if that is supposed to be done. Always remember that your name will be on the scannable sheet. What you have to do is to ensure that that is your name. If you see anything that is different from what you provided to the officials when you were registering, draw the attention of the invigilator, and that you'll be sorted out, you'll be attended to. So always make sure you adhere to rubrics or instructions. Some of these instructions, when you come to social studies, there are aspects, okay? And these aspects, what you do is that there is always an instruction for you that answer 3 questions. There are 6 questions, and then these sections are 3. So if there are 6 questions and you are choosing one from every section, then it means that at the end of the paper, you should be able to answer, or by the end of the paper, you should be able to answer at least 3 questions. So answer 3 questions. So that, just put that there, and then take note of that. Okay, just take note of that and answer or choose from every section. Always remember that is very, very key and important. I'm sure you'll be able to take note of that. Just read, take your time and read instruction. How you are supposed to shade. If you are supposed to shade within the box, shade within the box. And the pencil you are supposed to use. Yes, I think that is clear enough. And you've been doing that in your mock exams, and your teachers do so well to guide you or direct you to do the right thing. All right, let's go to the other one. Very, very important. Be there on time. Try and be there on time. Wherever you are writing your exams, at the examination center, they wouldn't tolerate any form of lateness. Try and be there. Students are made to sit some minutes before the startup bell is rung. So make sure you are there on time. There is always a morning assembly session. I think that's what they do everywhere, so that if there is any information, they'll pass it on to the students or candidates who are sitting for the exam. But make sure you are always there. Join your colleagues when they are at the assembly ground before you enter your hall and be seated. There is a danger in going there. If you want to go there very late, it means that you get there, you don't know what is happening, you now rush into your seats, and then you see that you become so tensed. Okay, so I don't want you to be in that situation. Always try and be there on time. Then another thing, as you are seated comfortably and you are given your answer booklet, if they announce start work, make sure you plan your work. Plan your work. Plan it. Plan it. Plan it. You are using 60 minutes for the section B, that is for social studies. 60 minutes, 60 marks, 3 questions.